So I've had a couple people here ask about the problems with problem 172, I think it is. Yeah, so Alex, the geologist. So I'm going to look actually at 122. I'm going to talk about that one, which should help you with 172. So 122 is very similar. It's Alex, the geologist in the desert. Alex is 10 kilometers from a long straight road. We know on the road, Alex travels at 50 kilometers per hour, but in the desert, only 30 kilometers per hour. And we know Alex is thirsty, and there's a gas station 25 kilometers down the road from where Alex is, from this point here on the road. 25 kilometers down there, so nice cold Pepsi. And part A just asks how long will it take Alex to travel from here to there, right? From where Alex starts to the Pepsi, traveling through the desert. To figure out the time, we need to first figure out the distance that Alex is going to travel. The distance Alex is going to travel is just Pythagorean theorem, right? A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Here we have 10 and 25, so 10 squared and 25 squared. Square root of that. We get Alex has to travel approximately 26.93 kilometers. In the desert, Alex travels at 30 kilometers every hour. So we'll take this, we divide by 30. That gives us our total amount of time, which is 0.898 hours, which if I multiply by 60, gives us approximately 53.85 minutes. So if Alex travels just in the desert, it's going to take 53.85 minutes. Alex could travel from here straight to the road and then along the road. Now we could ask, is that a faster road? Well, if Alex takes that route from here to here, it's 10 kilometers at 30 kilometers per hour, which is a third of an hour, which we should know is 20 minutes. 25 kilometers per hour for 25 kilometers at 50 kilometers per hour would be half of an hour, or 30 minutes. 30 and 20 gives us 50 minutes. Right, so Alex could take 50 minutes if Alex goes straight down to the road and then travels along the road. And then part C kind of asks the question that 172 is going to ask. This idea of, can Alex do this in a faster road? So let's try taking Alex, sending Alex to a point along the road and then to the desert. Right? Is that faster? We could do this all with variables in order to then use graphs and whatnot to find the exact. But for right now, let's just say that, I don't know, maybe Alex travels, let's say 5 kilometers away from this point to the road, and then that means that this is going to be 20 kilometers along the road. With this, we know that Alex is going to travel a distance of the square root of 125 kilometers in the desert. The square root of that, by the way, is about 11.18 kilometers. So that's Alex's desert distance divided by your desert speed, which is 30. And then multiply that by 60 to convert to minutes. So we're going to divide by 30 and multiply by 60 to convert to minutes. I get that Alex is going to spend 22.36 minutes in the desert. And then I can do the same thing. So on the road here, Alex is going to travel 20 kilometers at 50 kilometers per hour. So that's 20 kilometers at 50, which is 2/5 times that by 60 as well in order to convert to minutes. And I'm going to get 24 minutes on the road. Well, 24 minutes plus 22.36 minutes is a grand total of 46.36 minutes. which is in fact a faster route than what Alex did before. So there's one point that definitely is faster. But the question now that 172 is going to ask is, what is the fastest route? So you can play around with this number here. You can move it to the right or to the left and see what that does to our total time, and then find one that is the fastest. Doesn't have to be exactly the fastest, just find one that is definitely faster than this route that you think is one of the fastest.